Welcome to the Nicky Grist stages, which makes up round 6 of the 2013 BTRDA REIS Get Connected 1400 series. It's a series that includes a wide range of cars, from Lupos to Novas to Micras to Protons, and Paul Woodford is a man who knows all about these cars. Let's have a listen to what he's got to say.
The Nicky Grist stages takes in some of the best gravel Wales has to offer. Stages made famous on many a Rally GB route and driven by world-class drivers. And this weekend is the turn of the UK's best in the REIS Get Connected BTRDA 1400 Championship. With regular co-driver Will Rutherford-Child unavailable for this event, Julian Wilkes has enlisted the help of the experienced Pamela Hilton this weekend. As expected, there will be plenty of hanging dust causing problems for the following crews, so it would be no surprise to see them leading the 1400 crews after the opening 2 stages. They hold a small 15-second lead at this stage. Following a disappointing final stage on the Dukeries Rally where they dropped from 2nd to 4th, Dave Bennett and Alistair McNeil will be hoping for a trouble-free rally this time around, and they get off to a strong start in 2nd. Matt Smith, with Giles Dykes alongside in the Ford KA, hold an early 3rd place, the pair returning after retiring in the early stages of the previous round of the championship. Darren Pinchin and Karen Watts make only their 3rd appearance of the season, and despite a lack of recent seat time, the pair set some good times early on to hold 4th place. Harry Gardner and Elliot Graham continue to show encouraging pace on their first season in the 1400S category. They hold 5th at this early stage. Irish driver Leroy Mills has a new co-driver this weekend in the form of Simon Rogers. The pair get off to a good start and take 6th place. Freddie and Dave Brick lead the 1400 C-Class after the first 2 stages and hold 7th of the 1400 crews overall. Dan Evans and Tom Marrett here teaming up for the first time this weekend. However, things don't quite go to plan for the pair as they struggle with an engine running on only 3 cylinders for much of the opening 2 stages. However, they hold on to 8th position. Clive Anstey is another driver with a new co-driver this weekend, with Welshman Tudor Jenkins stepping in for this event. Clive bringing out his Proton on this rally as his wide track Nova is currently up for sale. And rounding off the top 10 are Lee and Sean Matthews in the Mark II Escort. The pair hoping the engine troubles which have haunted them all season have finally been sorted. We lose 2 of our front-running crews in the first stage of the event, the first of those being Eurus Evans and Dylan Lewis, who have crank sensor problems. And the second crew to suffer a bitter blow this early on are Nigel Jenkins and Chris Ridge in the first stage. They retire with no spark in the ignition. In the Rally First category, it will be James West and Steve Eggington leading the way in their VW Lupo. The pair set a scorching pace on the opening 2 stages to lead by 30 seconds, despite the pair struggling with an overheating car and having to have the heater on full blast to try and draw away some of the hot air from the engine just to keep it cool. Joe Everett and Calvin Holdsworth take up 2nd position at this stage of the rally, struggling a little with the dust, as was everyone else. But this weekend wasn't going to be an easy run for the Rally First dominating pair. James Watkins and Richard Suter take 3rd in their 1300 Nissan Micra, setting some quick times on their local stages. And once again we find Mick Smith and Paul Stringer leading the Rally First 1 litre category and holding 4th overall this morning. Just 14 seconds adrift are Nick Carr and Joe Sturdy here in their similar Nissan Micra. Niall Moroney and Elgin Davies hold 6th at this early point, the youngster continuing to learn on his first year on gravel. And in 7th place are Carl Davies with Richard Jones alongside, going well for the pair so far as well. Rhys Price and Mike Jode hold 8th at this point in the rally. Meanwhile, Justin Fowler-Bishop and Tudor Rees drop some time in the opening stage when they go off the road and get stuck. They do rejoin, but continue in 9th after some help from the spectators. And rounding off the top 10 Rally First crews are Andrew Anders and Chris Spilstead in the Rally School VW Lupo. Bart Lang and Simon Cox retire at the end of Stage 2 with a broken stub axle on the car, their first retirement of this season. So after the first few stages of the Nicky Grist Stages Rally, this is how the results are looking. Two more stages now complete over the infamous halfway and Route 60. Julian Wilkes and Pamela Hilton would continue to lead the 1400 category. They head back to service at the Bilth Wells showground with a small margin of 13 seconds. Chasing them hard though in the dust are Dave Bennett and Alistair McNeil in the Corsa. The pair set the fastest overall 1400 time in Stage 4 to slightly close that gap to Wilkes. Matt Smith and Giles Dykes keep up their steady run in 3rd place on unfamiliar stages, just 9 seconds back from 2nd and with plenty more miles to claw back some time. Darren Pinchin and Karen Watts continued their good run in 4th place, the pair settling in now with every passing mile and looking forward to the afternoon stages. Harry Gardner and Elliot Graham keep up a consistent pace to strengthen their 5th position, once again suffering with that dust getting inside the car. Setting some promising times in 6th are Leroy Mills and Simon Rogers. Leroy going extremely well on his first ever run over these stages in the Brecon Beacons. Freddie and Dave Brick continue to dominate the 1400 C-Class following the loss of their closest rival Chris Hellings early on in the day. They also hold a solid 7th overall on our leaderboard. Clive Anstey and Tudor Jenkins in 8th are relieved to see the end of the Route 60 stage this year. Clive having that big off down the hillside on that stage in last year's event. Entering our top 10 now are Martin Shaw and Ian Prout in their Escort. Martin reunited with his long-standing co-driver after Ian had to pull out of the Dukeries rally. And rounding off the top 10 are James Weaver and Teresa Butler in the MG. The pair also 2nd in Class 1400C. Unfortunately, we lose Dan Evans and Tom Merritt after Stage 2, their engine troubles seemingly terminal.
Julian, change of co-driver doesn't seem to have affected the pace.
No, thankfully not. No, Pam's doing a great job. She's enjoying it. She's still laughing. We had a bit of exhausting moment after stage 2, stage 3 even. Very hot in the car. It's incredibly hot. I mean, it's 30 degrees. Everyone's going to say it's hot today, but we're still here with a smile on our face, and Pam's doing a great job. I'm listening to her. It's a different tone of voice I've got to listen to, which concentrates the mind, but we got the benefit of no dust, to be fair. But it's very loose in places because they've regraded it. It's just not bedded down, and you're skidding off all over. But really enjoying it so far. Despite that loose gravel, the stages do look in excellent condition. Yeah, they're the best stages in the country, if you ask me. I mean, I'm from Somerset, so I like the Somerset stages, but I have to say the route here is phenomenal. Love it.
Now, Pam, we've got to ask: is he behaving himself?
Just about, yeah. I haven't had to shout at him or anything, really. I haven't even had to say steady very often.
No.
I did tell him well held when we nearly went off, but apart from that, he's been really good. I'm really impressed. I can see why he wins these things, because the preparation last week, I've never spoken to anyone so much in a week as I have Joe. So yeah, it's all in the preparation.
In Rally First, James West and Steve Eggington continue to set a blinding pace to lead by 39 seconds after 4 stages. MG pair Joe Everett and Calvin Holdsworth hold on to second place, a small mistake at a hairpin costing them a few seconds, but not enough to change the lead. James Watkins and Richard Suter continue their good turn of speed and extend their margin in third. And Rally First 1 litre class leaders at this stage, Mick Smith and Paul Stringer, extend that lead to just over 40 seconds now, and they look to be comfortable, sitting 4th overall. Nick Carr and Joe Sturdy lie second in the Rally First 1 litre class, holding a solid 5th place overall on the Rally First leaderboard. Just 18 seconds adrift in 6th place are Niall Moroney and Elgin Davies. These two, though, coming under increasing pressure from 7th place crew Carl Davies and Richard Jones, who closed the gap to just 6 seconds. Justin Fowler-Bishop and Tudor Rees continue to claw back the time they lost in the first stage. They're now sitting in 8th position. And we have a newcomer to the Rally First Series in 9th this weekend in the form of David and Robert Yin in their 1 litre Peugeot 205. Reese Price with Mike Jode alongside are forced to retire in Stage 3. They hit a big stone in the road and break a wishbone on the car. Midway through the day then, and a reminder of the results at this stage.
James, it looks like you've opened up about a 30-second lead after the first 4 stages.
Yeah, I think we're doing well today. So it's really dusty out there. I think we've had a couple of good stages. In the trees, dust is hanging so much, but when it opens up a bit, then we're pushing on and just seeing how we're going. So notes are coming, really good today. So yeah, just seeing what we can do, really.
Is the dust as bad for you? Because it looks like the car in front's dropped a little bit of time, or dropped out perhaps.
Yeah, so the guy, Chris Helling's the guy in second. I think he dropped out sort of halfway through the second stage. So it helped a little bit on that stage, but I think the first stage we had the dust as much as everyone else. So.
So with the final 3 stages completed through Cricken, Halfway and Route 60, this is how the final leaderboard for the Rally First category looks. Rounding things off in 9th place are David and Robert Ginn in their 205. Carl Davies and Richard Jones take a comfortable 8th place finish. And Niall Moroney with Elgin Davies alongside drop a place to 7th over the final stages. Nick Carr and Joe Sturdy picking things up to record 6th place and keep up their consistent finishing record. Following those Stage 1 dramas, Justin Fowler-Bishop and Tudor Rees managed to claw enough time back to get back into 5th position and claim some good points this weekend. Mick Smith and Paul Stringer are 4th Rally First crew and record their 5th straight class victory, leaving them well and truly in control of the class championship. James Watkins and Richard Suter equal their best finish of the season so far with a 3rd place finish. Joe Everett and Calvin Holdsworth end up 2nd best here this weekend. After dominating a few rounds this season, it would show that things don't always go your way in rallying, and particularly in this close championship. This weekend's win just wasn't going to be for the MG pair. But take nothing away from them, taking their second class victory of the season, having led from start to finish, are James West and Steve Eggington. The pair setting a blistering pace all day to extend that championship lead, and they'll be relieved to get themselves a well-deserved drink once the rally car has been packed away.
James, first in rally first, which is fantastic, but it does look like you've lost your own body weight in sweat. Talk us through the day.
Yes, it's been a really good day. I mean, dusty in the morning stages. The afternoon's been quite clear with the dust. We've started having heat problems with the car, so the car cutting out a little bit. So we've had to put the heater on full blast for pretty much all of the day. So it's been a hot day in the car. So yeah, great fun though.
I think you described the start of the stage procedure as helmets on, windows up, heater on, full blast, the exact opposite of what you wanted to do at every moment.
Exactly. Every stage it's just been absolutely roasting. The heat that is coming through that thing, the roll cage in there where the heat is blasting against it is just red hot. It's just unbelievable. You can't believe what we've gone through today, really. But we got the results, so we're happy. We're really happy.
Aside from the heating problem, has the car put a foot wrong all day?
No, it's been fine, and that was only really on the in-between stages. So as soon as it comes off the stage, the heat. But other than that, yeah, not a foot wrong. The guys from rallyschool.co.uk have done brilliant. So yeah, kept us on the road, and yeah, it's been a great little car.
There will be a high number of retirements in the overall 1400 category leaderboard due to the hot temperatures, but those surviving managed some good results. Tim Sunderland and Andy Street reached the finish in 10th place after a hot and dusty day in their MG. Rob Hansford and James Young finished in 9th place this time out. And Clive Anstey with Tudor Jenkins alongside retire in stage 5 when they lose a wheel on the Proton. Rachel Patterson and Jamie Foster record their best overall finish of the season, taking away 3rd in Class 1400C. Meanwhile, James Weaver and Teresa Butler equalled their best result of the season with a fine 7th place finish and 2nd in that 1400C class. Unfortunately, after a fantastic performance this weekend, we lose Leroy Mills and Simon Rogers in stage 6. They retire with mechanical woes on the Corsa, now waiting to suffer the long journey back to Northern Ireland in that hot service van. Matt Smith and Giles Dykes dropped nearly 5 minutes, changing a puncture in stage 5 and dropped down to 6th place. Nevertheless, they show some good pace all day and they will be back to fight another day. We lose another crew in stage 5 and it's a high profile one. It's that Peugeot 106 of Harry Gardner and Elliot Graham. Martin Shaw and Ian Prout continued their strong run of points finishes to claim 5th overall. And Freddie and Dave Brick dominate Class 1400C all day long, securing their season best result of 4th overall. Darren Pinchin and Karen Watts arrived back at the finish with a well-earned 3rd overall. A clean and consistent run all day from the pair, and unfortunately this is likely to be the last time we see them out in 2013 due to other commitments. Julian Wilkes and Pamela Hilton finish in 2nd place this time out. The Nova completely running out of tyres on the final 2 stages, as well as suffering a puncture in stage 5. Nevertheless, it's a strong result for the pair on their debut event together. But taking their first ever overall 1400 victory, and a long overdue one at that, on the Nicky Grist stages are Dave Bennett and Alistair McNeil. A faultless drive all day sees them finish with a winning margin of 14 seconds after 45 miles of fast-paced action.
Dave, congratulations. If we're honest, is it a result you thought that you could get at the beginning of the day?
Probably not, to be honest. You always come here hoping, but after the first 2 stages we dropped, I think, 15, 16 seconds to Julian in the dust, and to be honest then it was just around just trying to keep pace. We weren't sure how the day was going to go, but we hung in there and we had 2 good stages before service, and then this afternoon I think we benefited a bit from Matt getting a puncture, which gave us a clean run, and we were able to put some good times in. So it's been a great day, to be honest. It's been a long time coming, so I'm really thrilled, to be honest. Really good result.
It's not very often that someone not only beats Julian but hunts him down from the beginning.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, I think Julian's had a few problems this afternoon for sure, but even so, you've got to be there. And today's been absolutely gruelling with the heat, the dust, and probably the state of me. It's been a warm one for sure.
Julian, it doesn't happen often, but today you've got to put up with being the bridesmaid, I guess.
Yeah, I don't mind that at all. Fair play, Dave and Alistair, unbelievable drive. We're really happy to get second. They've been really driving the door handles off it this afternoon. And to be fair, they had a real tough year last year. There are lots of failings with the car, so to get a result like that is phenomenal. Really good.
You pushed really, really hard all day. Is there anything you can sort of put your finger on, say, oh, well, it went wrong there, or we lost time there?
This morning was good. We were sort of in control this morning. Yeah. Pam was great on the notes. We got on well. No issues, but we went through 6 tyres this morning, so this afternoon we ran out of tyres, so we went into halfway and I was struggling because I had no rear tyres at all, so it was worse than a Mark II Escort, and I was chucking it in too much, and we hit a big don't cut and it busted the oil cooler, so I had oil dripping out for the last 2 stages. So to even be here, I'm over the moon.
The mark on your head that we can see, you've just told me what this is, but are you sure you haven't had a swing at him, Pam?
No, I'm so proud of him. He's done so well today, and we said in the afternoon, well, we got some problems with the tyres. You just have to drive with what you've got, and we just had to go for it. It's been a pleasure sitting with him. It's like being with one of my mates all day. It's been really, really good fun, and glad to be able to get
She didn't hit me. I literally leant over trying to sort out where the oil was coming from, and I burnt my head on the engine top. So one of them things.
A change at the top of the 1400 series as Dave Bennett walks away with the win. It's not often Julian Wilkes comes second, but we know he'll be pushing hard on the next event, and you can join us right there on Special Stage.